Coach McFarland. I'm the KZ Westfield High School softball coach and junior high softball coach. I've been coaching 5 years at each level. Yeah, so we finished up 27-4 on the season. We had 3 seniors this year that led us. We had several big wins on the year. We had a win over Arthur Love and Howard Hammond, T-Town, had big wins over Paris, and we had several good wins. We were led by Paige Cutright on the mound that pitched very well for us as a sophomore. We had Eva Richardson catching behind the plate that was really good, Emma Mason at shortstop, and it was a really good year. We had really good offense. We finished the season with 36 home runs, I think a team average of 397. It was just a really good year overall. We had a really good group of girls that got along, they worked hard, and it was just a really successful season.
Sensational senior going out, Addie Squires, and what she brought to the team as far as a leader, but also as a batter in the lineup.
Yeah, Addie Squires, she's a senior for us this year, played first base. She hit 360. She showed great leadership. She hit in the 7-hole to drive in a lot of runs. So she's did a great job for us. She's a great kid. She's worked really hard. And our other 2 seniors did a great job as well. We had Eva Richardson, again, behind the plate. She had about 460 with 8 home runs. And she's going to go on and play at Lakeland. And then we had Carly Zachary at third base, hit 300 for us, and she's going to go on and play at Olney Community College. All 3 of our seniors are great leaders. They work hard every day. All 3 of them have played a lot of minutes, put a lot of time in, a lot of starts for us in their 4 years here. Addie started as a freshman for us on a team that made a super sectional, and so did Eva, a team that was about 27-6. And they're all just great leaders. They have great attitudes. They enjoy being here. They enjoy being around each other. And I'm just going to miss their positive energy and just how they lead every day, vocally and with their actions. Yeah, Paige was great for us. She finished the season with an ERA of about 1.01, which is just crazy. She's only a sophomore. She throws 59-60 consistently with several pitches. She has a rise ball, curve ball, screwball, changeup to go with her fastball. And she's just really matured a lot over the course of the season in the last few seasons. And she's a great leader for us. She's a joy to be around, has great energy. She also hits. She hit like 460 for us this year. And yeah, she was 3rd team All-State, 1st team All-Conference. And she's just very composed. She's pitched in a lot of big games. Yeah, the T-Town game was huge for us going into postseason. It wasn't even a game that was on our schedule. I reached out to the T-Town coach and told them that we were looking for a good team to play to help prepare us going into the regional, and they said they'd play us. So we got it together, and it was a real pitcher's duel, 0-0 game most of that game. Great defensive game, and we just came through at the end, got a couple runners on, and Addie Squires had the big hit late, and it was a good win for us, big win against a really good team. Yeah, Carly Bean's a great pitcher. Windsor Sioux Straws is a great team, a well-coached team. We've had several battles with them over the last 3 years. We seem to play them almost every year in a regional or sectional. Carly actually pitched against us her 8th grade year in a sectional championship, and then here she was pitching against us again in a first round sectional game this year. She was pitching really well, and Paige was pitching really well. It was a really well played game, and about the middle of that game, Maya Redmond got something over the middle of the plate and hit a home run, and then Emma followed that right after that and hit another home run and got us a couple of runs, and we were just able to carry that momentum and keep them scoreless and win it 4-0.
Big moment, 3-2 pitch. And that is going to be a pass in the left. Going to the fence, might be, could be. It is gone! It is a home run just over the fence. Redmond makes it a 1-0 ball game. Nobody on with 1 out. Lady Warriors now have a 1-0 lead. Mason charges one down the left field line. That is a second run in this inning. A second home run. That one delivered by Mason.
So we had played St. Anthony earlier in the year, about 3 weeks before. And it was a good game for us. Good game by both teams. And, we knew what to expect. We knew that St. Anthony was a really good team, a really talented team, a young team. They've got a good pitcher in Lucy Fearday. They've got good hitters up and down the lineup. Cam Rios leading off is one of the best hitters in the area. And they're deep. They're good 1 through 9. And defense is solid. So we knew going into it was going to be a big game for us. We had a lot of confidence going into it, but it's just one of those games, postseason game. Both teams played really well. Both pitchers threw really well. We were up 1-0, I think, there in the 5th, and they found a way to get a run on a rundown, and then it was just kind of a pitcher's duel from there. And so they found a way to get a run late in, I believe it was the top of the 10th, and a couple more big hits, and that's just kind of what you're going to see in a big postseason game like that. Two really good teams going at it, and credit to them for getting the job done. Yeah, it was a heartbreaking loss. It was a really tough loss. We had a team that was talented enough to go all the way. We knew that. Our girls knew that. The area teams knew that. It was a year we could have done it, but again, we ran into a really good team, and they outplayed us on that day. Our girls were heartbroken, like I said, but I think they're going to use that to fuel them and motivate them in the future. And I know they're already, we're already getting out in the weight room, and they're already playing with their travel ball, and we'll be ready come next year because we'll see them again in the postseason. I would honestly say that there really wasn't one, defining moment this season when I think back on it. It was just a group that was enjoyable to be around every day, and a season that our girls were just consistent throughout the whole month and a half, really, game in and game out. Like I said, 27 wins and 4 losses. I think just the grind and consistency of the season and seeing what they were able to do on a day-to-day basis is what was most enjoyable for me, and just seeing how they improved throughout the course of the year. And then going into the postseason with the regional championship and the first round sectional win with Windsor Sioux Straws, it was a really fun season. Yeah, our softball environment is unlike any other in the state of Illinois. The community and fan support that this softball program has is incredible. Even just a regular season game, a normal game, you'll have over 100 people here for a high school softball game. And then you saw in the regional and the sectional, there's 500, 600, 700 people here for a high school softball game. It's just an incredible environment. The facilities are amazing. The tradition and history here for softball is incredible, and it's just a really big deal, and I'm fortunate to be a part of it, and our girls are fortunate to be a part of it, and it's just really special to be involved in this program.
I'm Addie Squires, and I was a senior at KZ Westfield, and I played for the KZ Westfield Warriors softball team.
I'm Paige Cutright. I was a sophomore this season, and I will be a junior next year playing for the Lady Warrior softball team.
So this season we were 27-4. We won conference for the first time since 2016, I believe. And our team, this is probably the team I was looking forward to play with, just because when I was in 8th grade and Paige was in 6th grade, we won state together. And we have that exact same team back this year, and we just all have a really good bond. We have good chemistry. We all get along really well, and I was really looking forward to play with all of them again this year.
So I think a lot of people would go right to saying all the hard work that I've put in, that's what's made me a good pitcher, is all the work that you've put in. But personally, I believe that my defense, I would not be a good pitcher without my defense. All those gap shots and all those hard ground balls at the middle that everyone made diving catches for, those are what make me a good pitcher. They make me look good. They make those shutouts possible. I also think that I have very good resources. I think that my pitching coach has helped me. He keeps my head up. He always critiques me. He's always there for me. And I also think that McFarland prepares me well for every game. He has a game plan going into every single game. We watch scouting reports. I just have every resource possible to make each game the best. And like I said, the defense for sure.
Yeah, so it's definitely kind of surreal because I never thought I would ever get to this point. I've seen a lot of other graduating seniors, and I just never thought that that'd be me. But definitely one thing I'm going to miss is just the atmosphere we have here at the Warrior Field. We have so many supporters, and it's just amazing. The crowds we have, our student section, it's just amazing. The atmosphere here is better than any other home field I've seen at any other place. It's just something that no one else can imagine what it feels like unless you've actually played for the Warriors.
The toughest game you guys had this year before the St. Anthony Sectional Championship?
Definitely the Macon Meridian game. There's a couple reasons. So they always have successful softball programs, and we knew that going into that game. Another reason that it was a very tough game for us is because we didn't have Coach McFarland with us. Although we have a lot of leaders on this team, so a lot of times we performed well without having him there, but just not having him there for that game, knowing like it was going to be a tough game and we needed someone there to really guide us through that game, that definitely made it a challenge. We played well, however, there was just a few things that went wrong, and I think if we went back and played them and he was there and everyone else was just in the game, I think we could have had him.
What was going through your mind as far as the challenges that you girls faced, not knowing if you would have a season or not?
So it was definitely hard for me personally just because I was a senior and I missed out on my junior year too. So we found out pretty much that first day of February that we were gonna have sports, and I ended up having my third knee surgery at the end of February. So with me personally, my goal was get the surgery, physical therapy, and get back to work and get back with my team. And we still worked together whether we were not in person, on Zoom, whatever we had to do to help each other out. And it was definitely discouraging at times for me because I didn't want to miss 2 years of softball. Like, that's a lot. I wouldn't even ever imagine that to happen to me or any of the other seniors out there on any team. I know they all went through a really hard time just like I did. But I definitely think still working together as a team definitely got the seniors and the whole team through it.
So my answer is a little bit different than Addie's because I am a sophomore, so I still had a few more years of high school ball left. So I obviously continued to work hard because I still knew that there was going to be a travel ball season if there wasn't a school ball season. So once I found out that that sports were going to be a thing, like I knew right away, like we need to get everybody's heads right back into the game. Like there are some people that were taking this off and they liked off time and everything, but I knew right away, like we had to get everybody going. We had to get everybody back into the swing because the past year, during the big quarantine, people weren't working. And so that was going to be a struggle for us. So I knew that as a pitcher, I had to get my team ready for this upcoming season. So the expectations have always been high for any KZ softball team just because of the reputation. Like in the past, we've had many state championships, many super sectionals, many regional wins. Also, this team was very special because during our junior high careers, this team won state, and then within the following junior high series, we also went to the state series. So the expectations were very high.
My final game against Windsor Shoe Straws. For the second time you girls were playing them, what was the game plan you guys had to go against Carly Bean?
So Carly Bean is a really good pitcher. She pitches at that higher speed. And we knew that when we were going to have to play them again, we couldn't think about the first time we played them because we beat them 15-1 the first game. But we also knew that Carly just got off an injury, so she wasn't pitching as the best as we've ever seen her. But whenever we were getting ready to play her in sectionals, we were like, oh, she's going to be 10 times better than what we saw that first time. And she was. She pitched an amazing game. However, we were able to make the plays and score the runs to beat the Lady Hatchets. So we played St. Anthony pretty early in the season, and we beat them 11-4. But we also knew that Fearday had pitched quite a few pitches the first couple games that we had seen her. So we knew after beating Windsor, we had to completely wipe St. Anthony's game because we knew they were going to be a whole nother team. We knew Fearday was going to be at her top level because we knew they were excited to be there. We were excited to be there. We both hadn't really won a sectional in a while, so we both really want to do that for our coach and for our team and just for our community overall.
So I definitely think one thing that was going to help us with that game was not focusing on the past win. Like we were on our first round of sectionals, which we were very excited for, but I think that we needed to go into the St. Anthony game not overconfident or knowing that anything could happen in that game. COVID had a huge impact on us mentally and physically this year. A lot of teams were undergoing a lot of things, but I think that helped us to bounce back and have a successful season. And also our coach being diagnosed with cancer and then him fighting through it, being there for us, acting like nothing happened. I think that helped show resilience and helped this season mean something that other seasons did not.
So the biggest thing I think I learned this season is that we shouldn't take anything for granted. Losing last season and then getting the opportunity to play this year was a really big deal to me, and I know it's a big deal to our other two seniors. And so that's just something I know I'll take into the future when I'm going to college, is understanding that life is just going to be full of a bunch of obstacles. And then the fact that I was coached by Coach McFarland for all 4 years out in school means a lot to me. He was faced with a big obstacle this year, just like what Paige had said. And it really meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to the team, seeing the way that he bounced back from that. And he was more focused on our games than he was his own mental health at some points. And I think that was kind of encouraging to us because he was just kind of like a big team dad to us. And I think we all really appreciated that.
If you want to watch our interview along with Coach McFarland's interview, go to Rep King Media on YouTube and subscribe.